so many times, like I'll be on the train, I'm going home, and I'll just be talking on my phone, and then sometimes they'll like people will yell at you, and you'll be like, "You're too loud." Like I'm just like.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sizzle. I'm your host, John.
And I'm Jade. Hello.
Welcome. We talk everything K-culture, K-pop, K-dramas, and especially, in this case,
Lifestyle.
And lifestyle, yeah. Today we're going to talk about the 5, I think, quirky things or just weird things that us foreigners here in Korea can't get used to or don't really understand.
If you work in a Korean company or even at a Korean school or working in Korea in general, you're going to have something like a hwaeshik. Hwaeshik is like a company dinner, but it's never just dinner. It's dinner and then probably drinking and then more drinking and then probably noraebang, depending on how close your company is and how much your boss wants everyone to bond.
And they usually have it like once a month.
Yeah, either at least once
Maybe.
or a month. Depends. Sometimes, like at schools, when I was working at a school, it was like once a semester.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's not too often when you're in a school environment, but usually companies
is like
are usually more frequent. I went to grad school here, and we had a hwaeshik with my professor. Pretty much anyone in the class who wanted to come could, join. And the problem with that is usually the Korean professors are older, so they like older type of drinking atmosphere. So we went to a kind of like a jjigae place where a jjigae is like stew. So they make all kinds of stew, but this one made specifically silkworm stew. So it's called bondegi. And if you guys don't know what bondegi is, you can see it kind of like, Gwangwamun across the street.
Yeah.
They have those ladies like grilling the silkworms, and you can smell it.
If you go to the river too, they always sell it in the little cups.
Have you tried it?
Absolutely not. I have no desire to eat them at all.
So pretty much they put that in the stew. And since I'm the only foreigner in my class, the professor's like, John, come here. You like working out, right? I'm like, yeah, I guess. He's like, here's some protein. He's like, the silkworm has a lot of protein. And he spoon-fed it to me in front of everyone. And this is grad school. This is not undergrad. So everyone's like 40 at least, So these are like grown people spoon-feeding. And it's just awkward for me.
It's like those small things where it's like so strange to us, but to them it's completely normal.
It's just one of these things that you just don't encounter where we're from, which is the United States. And so it's just one weird situation. And every country has their own like company atmosphere, kind of.
I mean, like everyone has like the Christmas parties and like the celebratory like end of the quarter things, but this is like different level because at those it's like okay, I can go home whenever I want to go home.
True,
but these are like you feel pressured to never leave, or you're like sneaking out sometimes. Like
and if you're not a drinker like me, I don't really drink. And even my classmates who drink but don't want to drink with those other people.
Yes.
Right? So they have like different techniques.
Like, sometimes like if there's a person you hate in your like class or your school or whatever, or like your company, you're trying to sit as far away from them as possible as the hwaeshik. Like how you sit and everything is just like
they like especially like if you want to suck up to the professor or the manager, you want to sit as close
to them as possible.
And
you're always pouring their drinks.
And then the people who don't want to be associated sit all the way at the end, and they're like pouring out the drink into another cup. So and they're drinking like Sprite or something
and they're
like
just
that.
trying to get home as soon as possible.
So number one is social gatherings or for usually work or school.
Our second one is spatial awareness or like personal space, like acknowledging that we have our own little bubble that should not be popped. I think in Korea, I mean, it's like that in most Asian countries because they have more people per like
area.
You know what I mean? But like if you get on the train here, everyone's
for sure
touching each other. Like I get bumped at least like 5 times, like just by someone walking by because there's nowhere for them to go. And we don't say sorry like we do in America or anything like that. We just keep moving because it's just too many people.
And especially the older people, they just bump you and just keep on going.
Keep
never
moving,
apologize.
Not saying so. I've gotten elbowed by so many older ladies. It's not even funny. Like at one time, I remember it so well because I had hurt my hip. And I was like, I just gotta go 2 stops on the train. And as soon as I got on the train, this older lady came in and she bumped me over, and I was like, no.
She no apology, nothing.
Nothing. She was going out of the train. She's like, I have 5 seconds to get off the train.
Yeah, especially when you're commuting, that's where it usually happens. But I would say like on public roads areas, they're pretty. That's another weird thing. Like if on the train, it's okay to hit people. Yeah. But like once you're out on the street, they're super nice.
Yeah, they'll say sorry, and then like, but then like if you're in like not like a restaurant, but like say you're shopping in the store, it's back to the I'm not saying anything, I'm just gonna keep moving. Or like even like waiting in line for something, like sometimes you wait in line for the bus or you wait in line to go in a cafe, everyone's like super close to each other. But it's not like on purpose. It's just like, okay, how do we maximize the space that we're given?
Maybe it's just us, but if you guys ever lived in South Korea and know all these social nuances, please let us know down in the comments because maybe we just don't have a clue with what situation we're supposed to say sorry or not. But for most part, we usually say sorry. Like
I usually say sorry, or at least I bow my head.
Yeah. Like you don't really need to be super polite, especially on the train when everyone's kind of irritated already because there's just too many people.
And by the time you look up, who bumped me? I don't know.
So that's number 2, like spatial awareness in Korea.
Our number 3, like unique thing that we always experience in Korea is looking people in the eye. So in the States, if you're speaking to like someone important or even like someone you really want to show I'm listening to, you always look them in the eye because it shows like, okay, I'm paying attention to you. You have all of my attention and like everything. I'm focused on you. But in Korea, if that person is older than you, you do not look at them in the eye. Or if they're like higher ranked than you, you kind of always look down. But you're like, it shows respect. Like I'm listening to you. Like, but for me, when I first came to Korea, I would do, like all my professors and things. I'm just like, hi, and like just full face like eye. And they you could tell some of them get a little uncomfortable, but they're also like, oh, she's a foreigner. So like there's like
if they know you're a foreigner, then they're more forgiving.
Yes.
Yeah, with certain situations. I feel like you can tell automatically if someone's been in a foreign country or not in Korea by the way they act when they meet other people.
Yes.
Like you said, meeting a professor. Like for us, like meeting a professor would be that we know pretty well. We're pretty friendly, you know. But Korean people don't do that.
Yeah, they don't get close with their professors, but like in the States, you can become best friends. Like you can be like, you go to dinner sometimes, but not here. There's always like a level of respect that stops that closeness.
Yeah, right. And they're even in the classroom, I felt it's a lot different than American classrooms. With how the professor and the students are interacting. So
they don't talk as much. Well, like sometimes they do, but like usually like we debate with our professors, but they do not do that.
Well, grad school is a little bit different. A lot of older people, since they already work in their respective fields, they tend to do challenge the professor, but maybe undergraduates, they don't, since they never really got a job or they don't have as much experience. Maybe that's why they feel like it's disrespectful to kind of, just.
So then, and then that's also another thing, right? So then it's like, you don't know my level in society, and then like it's like matching that. Like sometimes I'll see two people like two like older people fighting, and then they just start to be asking like, "Where did you go to school?" or "What
class are you?"
What class are you? Or like things like that. And they're like, "Who is higher on the
everything in Korea is like ranking.
Yeah.
It's like a ranking system. Like everything in society, what class you are in, what year you entered the company.
Yeah, or even like,
Right.
what does your son do? My son works for Samsung, and it's like
Yeah.
even that is a flex. So,
Yeah. So definitely, I would say looking people in the eye. Nowadays, people are a little bit more forgiving in that, but let us know if that's kind of not a good thing in your country as well. All right, so number 4, we have like physical touching in public.
Yeah.
I would say, like, for most part, I got weirded out when I was walking on the street and I saw 2 grown men with their arms linked or holding hands,
Or
even.
holding it, swinging the
Yeah.
hand.
And granted, most of the time they were drunk, but even if you're in Gangnam on the main road or any road, and you see 2 guys holding hands in business suits. That was super weird for me.
It's like
But they're not drunk. They were just really friendly.
it's the level of skinship between guys here is so, even from little, like when they're little. Because I remember we had a situation where my friend was saying that she didn't know what to do, because one of the 2 little boys, they were like 6 or 7, they would just sit on each other, pull each other everywhere, hold hands everywhere. And she's like, I feel like they're too close. Like, but she's like, but I don't want to say anything because I don't know the culture. And it's like,
Right.
here that is like completely normal. Like it's just how they show affection.
Yeah.
But you cannot do it between the genders. So if it's a girl and a guy, they cannot do that
Yeah,
same
unless
level
you're
of affection.
dating or married, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but even then, like, there was for a long period of time, like, holding hands with your couple is kind of like a big deal. But then, like, hugging and kissing, it's like kind of like you don't really do that.
Right. So that's a little bit risque, I guess, if you
but you-
want to like chance it.
I know, but it's like, but more and more I'll see like couples kiss when they say goodbye.
Oh yeah,
But,
nowadays, yeah,
like,
for sure.
When I first came, like 6 years ago, you would never see it. Like maybe once or twice, like on a college campus, but not with older people.
I've even seen a couple making out in the park, like full on making out. Like the girl was sitting on the guy's lap, facing like. This was in Daegu, but I mean,
Wow.
like still.
But, like,
it was
even
a
that
night.
is, like-
It was a night, but.
It's like, well, what's happening?
Yeah. So, anyways, physical touching, not so much unless you're a family or good friends in Korea. And the last one we have is talking on the phone in public.
Yeah.
You got a story for that?
Yeah, like so many times, like I'll be on the train, I'm going home, and I'll just be talking on my phone, and then usually it's fine, but sometimes people will yell at you, and you'll be like, "You're too loud." Like I'm just like,
Have someone actually?
I've had it happen before, like one time, but then I was like, "You see the lady over here on the phone too?" But I think if you don't understand the language, it's always louder to you.
Yeah, because it sticks out.
It sticks out,
Yeah.
right? So like I remember like one time there was this guy talking Japanese on the train. I felt like he was the loudest person on the train, but he
They usually
wasn't.
are. But the thing is, like, if you have Korean people on the bus, in the cafe, everywhere, they like to say they're quiet. They're not quiet, guys. Like, I think it's in any country is very true what you said. If it's not familiar to you,
Yes.
it sticks out because it's not natural, right?
Yeah.
That's why it sticks out.
So I usually try to whisper on the train, but I still
Yeah.
get people looking at me and I'm like, I'm so quiet right now.
You can't really get away from it. Is that what you think? Yeah. So, but in the cafes,
Yeah, everyone's so
pretty
loud.
loud, especially coming home, 9 p.m., 10:30, people getting off work, and if they're in a group, they're super loud.
And so that's what's so weird. Like sometimes, like the bus drivers, if you're on the bus late at night, they're like, you can't talk on the phone on the bus. But let a group of like drunk people come from Hueshik and they won't say anything. I don't understand.
Yeah, there's all these little nuances in Korean society that make it really difficult to understand.
Yeah, I just
And if you guys know, or if you guys think this is weird, let us know. Like, what's really weird about certain situations, or if you've ever experienced it yourself, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you guys.
So this has been another episode of the Sizzle. Please let us know if you really appreciated this, like our beautiful location that we're at today.
Oh yeah, we're in Hongdae too.
Yeah,
so
we're
this is
at
one
a
of the
nice
main areas.
a nice Hongdae cafe. These days it's really fun to cafe hop before it gets too cold. So let us know if you really liked this episode. Please like and subscribe and comment. We will see you next time.
Annyeong.
Annyeong.